Right. Hello, everybody. Hi, this is Arun here. I'm sitting in sunny UK today. It's actually a very sunny, beautiful day here, and I'm delighted to say I've got Devangi and I've got Ishita from Twin Tallies. Hello, ladies.
Hi
Hi
everyone.
everyone.
Yeah, hi everyone. It's
Oh
a
God,
pleasure to be here.
perfect.
Yeah,
Thank you. Well, today we're going to have a little bit of a chat about these kind of very progressive, forward-thinking ladies in the accounting sector. And Ishita, where are you guys based? Where are you based?
basically we are from India, Punjab.
Okay. So
Yeah,
you're Punjabi, yeah? Okay, both Punjabi. And are you both in Punjab at the moment? Are you, or whereabouts are you?
Yes, we are
both.
neighbors.
Your neighbours, yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So well, let's kick it off. Okay, let's tell me about your backgrounds, respectively. Maybe Devangi, you start off. How did you how has Twin Tallies come about? Tell me the story a little bit.
Yeah, I'll tell you a story. So, talking about our backstory, actually, we were already working for a UK accountancy firm and we were pursuing ACCA qualification along with that. And once we completed our ACCA, we left our jobs and actively exploring what was our next move. So, we gave several interviews, we got offer letters, and it was a time to sign that offer letters at the
Okay.
moment. So we realized that we were not that sure, because of the roles. It was not because of the roles or what everything was going on. It was obviously we were not truly excited to go into 9 to 5 routine again.
Okay.
So one random evening I went to Ishita's house that what do we next do next? If not this, then what? And then certainly, and we thought of what expertise we both have and where we can fill the gap. So there the outsourcing accounting sparked, and it wasn't a business plan. Obviously, it is so random, So where to fill gaps and all. So obviously, Ishita said yes, let's do it, and our excitement, our passion was all with us, and this was how Twin Tellies was born.
Amazing. Well, what a lovely story. And how long ago was this, Ishita?
Sorry.
How long ago did you do this? When did you start off Twin Tallies? When did you start?
Actually, it's not even 2 months.
Okay, so it's very new. Oh wow. Okay,
Yeah,
so
very
literally.
fresh.
Oh god, I thought you were well established, but obviously, but you come off as very well established and long term owners already. So you're doing a good job on the branding side for sure. Okay, so amazing. That's wonderful news. So
Yeah.
you both studied ACCA, is that correct?
Yes,
Yes.
And your neighbors, are you neighbors to each other? Literally, yeah.
yes, yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
Yeah.
okay. And which city in Punjab are you in?
It's Sarhand. If you might
Sarhad.
know about it.
Where's that?
Yeah.
Where's that near? Where is that near? Which big?
Have you heard of Chandigarh?
Yeah, I know Chandigarh. So,
Yeah,
okay,
it's a 1 hour away from Chandigarh.
okay, all right. So now you mentioned, Devangi, that historically you did uh, UK accounting for other outsourcing firms, the both of you. So I suppose the what was the kind of top learning point for each of you in that period over those last few years when you were dealing with UK clients? What did you learn? What's the most important thing you learned? You felt?
So talking about that, the first of all, when I talk about my company, the biggest challenge, or I would say something of that which we faced was that we are young. You know, it was a challenge to own credibility of our clients, obviously,
Yeah.
but because also we knew that we are competing with highly experienced players who have a lot of experience, a lot of reputation in market, but we focused on what we could control, right?
Okay.
And showing up consistency, delivering the value, and the main core part for a company is maintaining the transparency with the clients.
Okay.
Also
Okay.
the hunger to prove ourselves at this age, to do the
Sure.
best, finding the one perfect solution by checking 10 all alternatives. So that is what root cause of our company is, and the challenge and how we are just overcoming it.
So as you said, you've been going just a few months. Okay. So you have to compete, as you said, with more established players. You're young women in the professional field. What did your colleagues or family or friends say about you starting a business together?
They're really happy. They are just
Yeah.
just go girls. We are so proud of you. And actually we have maintained a belief till now, because we always were these kind of students who were just want to be the best, and will we have that hunger, so that thing they were confident about, that yes, these both girls will able to do it, and obviously both complement each other in some or the other way.
Yeah, and
Yes.
so okay, so on that note, then you complement each other. So Ishita, why don't you tell me what roles and responsibilities do you take, and what does Devangi take, and how are you working together on that in that partnership?
So honestly, the division of responsibilities came to us quite naturally because we knew each other since for so many years now, not just professionally but personally too, as Devangi was my schoolmate.
Okay. Wow. Okay.
Yeah, so we have always respected each other's strength, and I am basically more operation focused, and I look into the operation part and ensures that the client delivery is smooth. And for Devangi is more like people driven, that she is more flexible and she's great at handling client relationships, exploring growth opportunities, and that is Devangi's part.
I'll add one more thing. Ishita is one scheduled one, everything. Yes, we have a schedule. We'll do this things, and we'll
Yeah.
not sleep till we then do everything. And I am like the one. Some days I'll just go. Let's do this. Let's do this. I have this plan. We'll just go like this. So that balance out between us.
Okay. So Ishita seems like the more level-headed one, and you're the more spontaneous one, Devangi. Okay.
Yeah.
And to be fair, in any business, you need people with both skill sets. Okay.
Exactly.
To
Yeah.
do that, to complement each other. Okay, amazing. So now, obviously, I'm going to ask the question, but it's very obvious to me. But you came up with the name Twin Tallies, okay, which is quite a unique and powerful brand, I think, and very with a pink color. And how did you come up with that name?
All right. So, as I already told you that Devangi and I have known each other for since years now. We went to same school, went to same college together, worked in same organization, started our ACCA together, and even finished ACCA together. So, after graduating from ACCA, we both had a realization that the corporate 9 to 5 just wasn't for us. So we wanted to build something of our own, which should be meaningful as well as flexible. So that's how Twin Tellies was born. Twin here represents the bond I and Devangi have shared for over the years now. And Tellies, it's basically a nod for our love for clean books and accounting.
Sure. Okay, so now you can I ask your ages? How old are you both approximately?
Yeah, we are 22.
So you're oh my goodness, so you're 22, right? I'm 52, so I'm 30 years older than you. Okay, as you can tell by my grey hair. Okay, and you've started up a business, as you said. You've known each other since childhood. You've both done ACCA, which is a recognised qualification on a global basis. You're young women in India. Now, if I kind of just what I see with you guys reflect the drive and the of the Indian youth, I see, and you epitomize it in such a brilliant and positive way. So firstly, I have to say congratulations to you to taking that step at such a young age to start your own business. Okay, not many people have the guts to do it at such a young age. So I think, as you said earlier, people said go girl. I 100% say to you, go girls, go for it. Okay, you're young, you'll learn. Will it always be easy? Of course it won't be. It will be challenges, there'll be ups and downs, and this is business, okay? But you'll get stronger and better for it. But one thing I've noted about the young Indian workforce, and if I look at my team in India, the vast majority of my team are female, actually, as well, okay? And they make great accountants, very focused, very good work, team members. What do you think is the characteristic of that? Why India produces such great accountants, and maybe why do they produce such great female accountants? What's your thinking behind this? Maybe Ishita, what's your view on that?
Actually, I believe that currently the accounting part seems to be very boring. When usually we say that I'm an accountant, oh, you're so boring, nothing interesting. So that is why actually from high school only we loved accounting. We have a very strong base in accounting, and we want to grow in accounting only as well. So we want to do accounting because we have a strong base in that, and we are very well versed with logics.
Okay.
So
And
I,
I'll add one thing to Ishita's point, that talking about what women other they are so good at accountancy. The thing is, it is accountancy is always about trust. You know, you'll be able to do things great if others have trust in you. You do everything with transparency, and women are very trustful. What I believe is men are always also men are also, I'll not say men are not,
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
talking about here, women are in accountancy, they are very driven now. They just want to also feed their family, not like earlier ages. So they are standing with the men at the moment.
Yeah, I agree. I think I meet so many. My journeys of India and business, and I've obviously got Indian roots. I have Indian family in India, and I see the women are the strong women and very focused and very driven, and they can stand on their own 2 feet, which is amazing to see in a country like India. Now, on the kind of, you guys are 22, okay? So you guys are born with social media in your blood, okay? I'm still a dinosaur when it comes to this type of stuff. I try my best, okay? But I'm sure you were born with YouTube coming out in your blood already straight away, okay? So, or YouTube or Instagram or whatever. So, first question is maybe to you, Devangi. How important is social media in your kind of business, or is it an important aspect yet in your business yet, or not?
First of all, social media is the way to tell people that what we guys are doing and how we are gonna present it. Because see, technical part, the base part of technical, people know, you know, but the thing is how you present it, how you make things easier for your, people who are seeing you, your clients, making it a little bit easier. Because accounting has some very, difficult jargon. Some people might think, we might not think, because sometimes someone comes to me and it is like, what is debit, what is credit? I'm like, oh my god, it is so easy. I discussed with Ishita, they're just asking me the basic, and she always told that it is basic for us. They don't understand these things.
Sure.
So making technical jargon easy, so that is why putting yourself on social media is really really important these days. Because as you said that it is very dinosaur types of thing for you, but even we started just recently just because of a business, and I'm not that social kind of person on social media, honestly. And I was not an Instagram person, so we just started now. But when I see the coming youth, the more shorter one, the younger one, they are so much inclined into towards social media and all, but we are just starters at
So on that note, then, okay, Ishita, what are you doing on social media? What platforms are you using? Where are you positioning yourself, and what kind of content are you putting out there?
basically, our current platforms are LinkedIn as well as Instagram. And what I believe is that on platforms like LinkedIn, it's a very beautiful way to connect with potential clients, share insights, and get to know about their profession. In a field based on trust, showing up online with consistency can add to open various opportunities and doors. And on Instagram, we are just creating a brand awareness, as I believe that Instagram is not for creating opportunities, as our market is UK based, and our reels get only reach in India only. But I believe that creating a brand awareness is equally important. So for LinkedIn, we are creating opportunities, and for Instagram, we are creating brand awareness.
And on that note, then, has that had an impact on getting some clients on LinkedIn or Instagram and anything like that as yet, or not? So I know you're very
Yes,
early in your journey, but has it had an impact?
absolutely. A lot of impact,
Okay.
I must say. Yeah.
Oh, great. So now, if you were advising some other young accountants, like you said, male or female, if they were to start their own firm, firstly, should they do it? And secondly, what would be your what would your advice be, Ishita? What would be the first piece of advice for them to make it happen, to start it, get it off the ground?
So basically, my advice to the coming accountants will be that start before you feel ready. If you are waiting to know everything before you start, it will take really forever. So we didn't have it all figured out when we started to Intellis, as I already told you our story. But we believed in our skills, trust the process, and just keep showing up. No matter, just keep showing up. It will always lead to good opportunities, and it always will open various doors to you. And also, just don't underestimate the power of soft skills. Yes, I believe that technical knowledge is equally important, but how you communicate, how you deal with clients, how you build trust, it can impact in various different ways. So that's what sets you apart basically. So this is my
I agree.
yeah.
Your words keep showing up 100% right. Okay.
Yes.
I've been in business almost 30 years,
Yeah.
25 years. And when you don't think anything's happening and suddenly it all starts to happen because you're just consistently there. Okay. People still see you. So yeah, great answer. Devangi,
Arun, what?
have you got to add? Have you got something to add? Devangi, sorry, go on.
Yeah, I want to ask you, what are your suggestions? Because obviously you're 30 years and we just being a startup firm. What do you suggest us, or obviously who's coming up?
Sure. I think Ishita summarized it really well in a way that you're never going to know everything. You just got to jump in with 2 feet, okay, and figure out how to swim, okay? And the only way you're ever going to learn how to swim is by doing swimming, okay? No one's going to be, and you've just got to keep, and you get better and better. You become a better swimmer by doing more swimming, okay? Otherwise, you'll drown. Now, I'm not saying you take silly risks or silly jumps into an ocean where you'll never get out, but you take sensible. And so by you two, firstly, you know each other very well. You've built a brand. You've worked in outsourcing before. You're ACC qualified. My goodness, at 22, you don't get anyone in the UK who's qualified at 22. To be honest with you, okay, you don't. Okay, and this is what highlights to me is the potential of people like you guys. You, as I said earlier, you guys epitomize the youth of India, and this is guys like you are going to drive India forward. Okay, so positively, which is very exciting. Okay, to see. And at the same time, it's so many possibilities for young people like you, which I think, you know what, my son is still at university. He's 21, okay, and he's still studying and still a few more years to go. Whereas you guys are starting your business, you're doing these types of things. Honestly, all credit to you guys. All credit to you guys. I'm very, very. I didn't realize you're so young. I'm so humbled by it. Okay, so great to hear this. Great to hear. But in answer to your question, Devangi, anything else would I suggest when you're starting out? I think just keep. First of all, do you have a team? Do you have a not, or is it just you guys at the moment? Do you have any people employed by you guys yet?
We have a team.
Yeah. Okay. So my advice would be that your job is not to look after the client, okay? Look after the team, okay? Reward the team, develop the team, build the team, make the team be the best team ever, okay? That team will then look after the client, okay? Because the danger is so often, and I did a mistake I made many years ago, I was so involved with client work, dealing with clients and work, and it's great, but they want to talk to you, and that's not a scalable business model. If everyone needs to talk to you, you need to be able to build a team that you develop. They're good. Their communication's good, and they're good with building relationships. They're good technically. They've got the soft skills. So focus on the team. Okay. and make them feel part of something much bigger than just a job. Okay,
Got it. That's
That
very
would-
great. Yeah.
that would be
Yeah.
honestly my number one tip for anyone doing this game. Okay, this business. It's all about the people, and the client is important, but it's not as important as the team. Okay, never is.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So that would be my. I'm sure there are other tips that will come to me eventually, but that's the one that came to my head at this stage.
That's great. Makes perfectly fine with you on this.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I think now, obviously, you've done ACCA. You're young ladies. You're seeing what's happening in the world of accounting. There's so much change happening. Okay, Ishita, what's your view with AI and everything? What's your view? Where do you think it's going in what you're seeing?
Yeah, actually, the AI is changing the world basically. So we are also leveling up with it. We are also involving into tech integrations. But somewhere I believe that the human touch will always be needed in accounting as well.
Sure.
So that is my point, that AI cannot replace the human touch, but it can make the work easier.
Sure. Agree. Devangi, how about you?
Yeah, obviously, we are actually in the position where we are trying to integrate from a very initial position so that our team doesn't just go after 1 year and they are just not okay with what everything is coming. We are trying to sort things in the start only, that how we can just bring automation. We are trying to refine internal workflows as for now, that how much automation or where we can just implement these things. So we are into the process. We are understanding the market. Obviously, that is why we contacted Praju. That what is
Sure.
going. Tell me the things.
Sure.
We could also just go with you guys. Tell us what
Yeah,
are you
yeah.
doing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So what I hear your points, and I think Ishita, you hit a really important point here. People will still need to be involved, a human touch. Okay. However, and this is my 25 years of experience is telling me a lot of the lower end work will be taken away by AI. Okay. So bookkeeping, that type of stuff. A lot AI will do it all. Okay. It might not be doing it yet, but I'm honestly I'm involved in developing tools which will eliminate this at some point. Okay. So whereas before you might have 5 bookkeepers, you might have 2 bookkeepers who review and do everything. Okay, but that's not a bad thing. That means people have to then skill up. Okay, and
Exactly.
and do other things. So if I look at my team now, in my accounting team, I've got a team across the UK and India. I'd say all the new hires I'm hiring now aren't accountants. I'll be honest with you. They're more and more data scientists, machine learning engineers, software engineers, that type of thing. Of course, we'll need accountants as well, but that's where I see the opportunity. And I also see, and India's full of engineers. Okay,
Yeah.
so it's thinking, okay, how do I piece my knowledge of accounting with technology and piece them together? And I think that's the future firm, where it'll be a combination of accountants with technical engineers that are doing all the compliance work, which is done through software, okay, through AI. And then the human touch is all about relationship building and then offering quality advice to clients, which sometimes you don't get an opportunity to do because you're so bogged down with the compliance work.
Exactly.
So I think that's where I see AI is going to take it. And I think for firms that embrace this change, they're going to do absolutely brilliantly. The firms that resist it and still stick with the old way, compliance is already commoditized. It'll become even more commoditized. And therefore, you've got to then start thinking, how do I add value to my client base? So yeah, it's an exciting time for those who are forward thinking, in my mind.
Yes, exactly. With you on, actually, we are just into the process of knowing what everything is going in market
Yeah.
and what our clients just could. What obviously this bookkeeping part is the first point. If
Sure.
that is sorted, then everything would be a lot easier. So that was a great point, which Praju also told us that we are working into these things. So we were very.
Yeah, watch this space. Watch this space. I think Ishita's got a problem with her internet, but she'll come back. But I think watch this space. I had a demonstration by my AI team this morning, and they're showing some of the things that they're doing and how they're integrating with things like Xero and how AI will move that all forward. Okay, so it's an exciting time, but we start having to think more like we have to start thinking more like business owners as opposed to as accountants. Okay, I think that's the important thing here. If we do that, that will work. Hi, Ishita, welcome back.
Really sorry.
No problem. So yeah, so I think AI is an exciting phenomenon. Embrace it, don't resist it. I think you guys are, again, as youth, as young people, you're growing up with it. I look back my time 20, 30 years ago, the internet was a new phenomenon then, okay, when I kind of started out in my career. Now, the internet, you were born and brought up with it, but AI is now your new thing, okay? So, and I've seen through these cycles that people who embrace it are the ones who succeed more than anything, okay? So give that a go, okay?
We are also very excited about what Sumira has in store for accounting automation and how you guys can help accounting entrepreneurs.
So am I. I'm very excited as well. Okay, there are tools that we're developing. They're not ready yet. I can tell you that now. Okay, but what will happen in my mind is that kind of AI will do the bookkeeping, AI will do the bank reconciliations. All of that stuff will happen. AI will take the information and kind of post it to everything that needs to be done. So all it needs to do is someone to review it. There might be some exception reports for someone to review, but AI will be constantly learning in the background, and that's what will happen with AI bookkeeping. So, and then with the AI will then analyze that information and say, oh, okay, I think we should, this business should be doing X, Y, Z. It'll give you advice, okay, and then you can provide that advice to a client based on the historic data. So I think that is kind of happening already. We're developing our own kind of path along that route, but that's kind of where it's going to go. So for those who embrace it, as I said, it's an exciting chance to embrace it. And I think with India having so many accountants, AI will really help the sector in India, not just for offshoring, but also for local accountancy firms in India as
Absolutely.
well.
So,
yeah. If they embrace the technical, so I know how difficult the tax code and all these types of things are in India, how complex it is compared to the UK system. So if it can work for the UK, it can definitely work for the Indian one as well. Right. Okay. So we've been going half an hour, so we'll come to wrap it up shortly. But if you were going to advise, like in your mind, Devangi, like what would be your tip to a young accountant who's entering their profession now? Okay, not qualified yet, but entering the profession. What would your tips be to them to make a success of their long-term career?
They need to know how to communicate to people, how to build their trust, handle people. So that will be my main thing. Just you should know. Obviously, building technical things, technical, base is very important. You keep doing that, but don't forget on the other part too, because Indians just forget these things. I will not just say that, because they are just focused too much of providing the technical part, but they forget that this should go alongside the soft skill part.
Yeah.
The branding part, showing up matters. So that would I will give them the advice: keep showing up.
Okay, amazing. And Ishita, about your thoughts?
yeah, as I already mentioned, that start before you feel ready. Even if you don't know everything, just start. You will learn in the process. We are also learning in the process. We are still 22 and we are just learning in every step and every stage. So I believe you should start. That's what I believe.
Amazing. I think you two ladies, as I said, have your heads screwed on. Okay, you're working together as good friends, as good colleagues. I'm very confident that you're going to make a real success of your business, Twin Tallies. Okay, I look forward to seeing how it progresses over the next few months and years. And also a piece of advice, something you asked me earlier, Devangi. Also, I think work is important. Okay, and I know in India you need to earn to live, and like everywhere. But remember, business is important, but a life is more important as well. So don't get overwhelmed and swamped by business or money. And there's other aspects to life that are just as important, or more important, rather, your family, your health, all of these things, your mental health. So never forget, never neglect that. Sometimes clients can be demanding, sometimes clients can be difficult, sometimes clients can be even aggressive and stuff. But you remember what your values are, what you stand for, and what's more important than business is your well-being and your family's well-being. So never forget that. Okay.
Yeah, we'll keep this in mind. Yeah, this is a great point.
Never forget that. And well, I think I've taken up enough of your time today, but I've really enjoyed talking to you ladies. Okay. I think I'm confident, as I said, you'll make a real success of it. Any last comments from your side, ladies?
It was really our pleasure to meet you, Arun. When
Yes.
Prachi said that, are you open to it, Ishita? And I was like, yes, we are just open. It was not a second thought, not a 2 second break. It was very like great to talk to you, having your advices. We'll surely keep this in mind. And obviously, your confidence in us will be surely just worked upon it, and we'll do our best.
Sure. Amazing.
Actually, I just want to tell one more thing. Before starting our own company, actually, Devangi used to saw the podcast on YouTube to gain the tips and skills. So basically, he saw your podcast and told me that, Ishita, I have shared you the link. Please saw the podcast of this person. He is so genius. He is so expertise. He has,
I'm not sure about that.
yeah, actually,
Sure.
he praised of you so many times, and today it's that day that we are in conversation with you live on LinkedIn today.
Sure.
It's a proud moment for us.
And
Actually.
honestly, you're welcome. And honestly, I'm very humbled to hear your comments. And I feel very proud to see getting the feedback saying that you watched it on YouTube and
Yes.
you're learning from it. And I'll continue sharing my knowledge and expertise where I can. I think you guys, as I said earlier, right at the beginning, you guys are the future, you young people. And if you need any support or help, just always reach out. Okay. Try my best to help, and let's see where it can go. And I hope to see your name in big lights in very, very soon. Okay.
Perfect. Yes.
Absolutely.
Welcome, guys. Welcome, guys. And on a separate note, just for everyone who is listening today, we are doing an event in Mumbai, going global in 2nd and 3rd of August. We still have available seats, so if anyone wants to book, just visit samaraglobal.com and maybe you can check out that as well. Okay. But lovely talking to you, ladies, and have a lovely evening. Okay.
Same. Bye-bye.
Likewise, Arun, so nice talking to you. Bye.
Sure. Bye.